Hello and welcome back to the next episode. Now, last time we tried to recover from all the devastation the aliens did in Earth orbit. We're going to continue here, like our stations. We're trying to get some up again, and we do know what we need to do, like arrival security to get the MC increasing technologies, which help us getting more stuff done. And until then, I'm going to more or less do some time jumps now because it's really rating out stuff now. We can just hope that the stations go up, and we can only expand slowly because our control point limit is of course the biggest factor here right now. Because we are going to fix, as said on the last episode, management research getting a little bit of influence because we are lacking to keep our missions going. And yeah, and then we go back into Greater America again, for which we already prepared to invade Mexico later on, so that we put it as a rival here. And of course the other stuff here, when we got influence, we can pick rivals here again. But getting more influence is currently the biggest challenge. And that's why I'm going to go back into a little bit of a shorter episode format, because now we need to do some time skips while buying time and getting back to our feet here and consolidate more. Well, shortly after we have unlocked arrival security, we get in fact the project that we need. Strategic deception is exactly what we want. So this one is going to give us 25% more flexibility in regards to our MCUs. So where is it here? 10k. And we are going to push this. I picked supercapacitors afterwards here, because supercapacitors leads to arc lasers and coil guns, which is something we want to have for our late game in the end. So sadly we don't have any material science bonus currently, but that's fine. And yeah, from here on we of course now speed further ahead, although we are very close to merging Canada.
Mission abort.
So in fact we can China and Vietnam. Oh yeah, let's just do nothing here because Vietnam is something we're going to take over. So basically these mission phases, as we can see here now, are really fast, because we are just pushing our standard mission here, which is advice and public opinion, and of course hunt some plans wherever we can find some. And one of the more interesting things I want to see, in fact, is so our priorities here in Canada, for example, we get, if we were to invest into economy here, we would get $22 per increase. So you can do one more here, stabilize, and you go hunt for plants. And America, for example, is giving us 15 only, 15.8. What I want to see, so we do need to do the unify in the next mission phase, right? Yes, in the next mission phase. So let's speed ahead. How much that's going to change here from 15.8, where we are afterwards. Wait a second, was it our shipyard that finished? Oh, no, this is the one we are deconstructing. And the shipyards are not yet done. Okay, so we have to wait. Basically, I want to know how much this changes. Ooh, we have an infiltrate. Someone is leaking our secrets. Ooh. 138. Let's use our ops here to see what happens. So usually this scales, the value here scales with the core economic regions and resource regions. And Canada has two resource regions and one core economic regions. And I want to see how much impact that really has. Oh, aliens are taking out stations again. But not ours. Someone is pushing public opinion heavily here in the United States. But the good thing is it's going to get harder. Security measures also a useful project. It's going to get harder here for them the bigger the state is going to be, because it scales with population, of course. So, there we go. So Canelano here is going to do one national policy here now.
Heading to the capital.
And we are going to merge Canada now.
Offering support.
Okay, Exodus got beaten. Come on, come on, come on. And that's going to... Wait a second, that's one of ours, right? Oh no. Yeah, they're going to take this out.
Order is returning.
Okay, well, probably we lose Haguru then. Repeat.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We've moved the needle.
Okay, now it's 15.83. Yeah, Haguru's gone. Yeah.
Mission complete.
And now we're going to unify Canada here. Confirm. There we go. Now we are slightly bigger. Perfect. And now we are at 17.36. So in fact, integrating these two resource regions and what? Oh, this one is also not done yet. Okay, so I really have to do point defense arrays first and then build up the other stuff, because the layered defense array take too much time. Oh, that's so annoying. So okay, but now we know more. Now we know how we have to do it. But so basically this bumped up the economy effect massively, which is of course very useful. Okay, so we learned something again. Now the interesting thing is we lost of course 0.1 to knowledge education score here. Also lost a little bit of GDP per capita. We got a little bit of inequality here. Our sustainability score went down, which is okay. And of course everything else went up here. Even the investment points went up a bit. Of course it's united now. But of course our massive funding pool here is awesome. Yeah, okay, now we are going to go back here into our standard. What we need to do now is that we are going to build our new stations the same way that we did with our other stations. So we are with Nachi here. So first of all, we are going to do we're going to do 3 point defense arrays here. They finish at October, and then we put the solar array here. Okay, and that's basically the trick. And when this finishes, then we put layer defense arrays in here, and then we can get rid of the point defense things. Super annoying. Now, in fact, we could be a little bit more bold, because the main thing we need is shipyards. So we could make these 2 shipyards here, and then just hope that this survives now. And we do the same basically here, but now we don't want to waste too many resources. So 1, 2, 3. And we put in there some point defense arrays. Admin node. I really want the social science, so... And then we keep 2 for the layer defense arrays, which we're going to build on the left side. No, wait a second. Layer defense arrays take how much? 40 energy, so we need 1 more solar array here, and then when these are finished, basically. Or we could make the layer defense arrays right now. Let's try this out. Let's invest the resources, let's try it. If that works, and the servants don't kill it, then I'm happy. Else we have to redo our new shipyard idea here on Extreme Earth Orbit. let's hope that's not going to be the case though. Well, and now I'm going to just speed ahead. Hey, we have finished strategic deception. Now, this increases 35% mission control usage without inviting alien retaliation, so, which is basically what broke our back beforehand. Now the question is, where do we want to continue? So one thing would be to go into the Pan-Asian Combine now, because we are going slowly in the direction of getting more control points. The other thing would be to continue onwards towards the Pegasus, which would be something. Let's check here, Pegasus. Okay, Teardrop, Fission Spinner, and Molten Core Fission Reactor 3. So let's see what we have available. Fission Spinner is here, 7k. Oh, Molten Core Fission Reactor 3 is here as well. So let's do the Fission Spinner drive, in fact, one of the more expensive ones. We are going to push Greater United North America here. Teardrop, we got a Skunkwork again, so we can finish this Teardrop drive as well. And also Nuclear Fusion Mythologies is going to finish up. Meanwhile, we have started declaring wars from Australia onwards, and also we are going to take over the last point in New Zealand here now. Perfect, there we are. And what we can do now is remove these alliances and also invade here. So by that we can grow
advances in science and technology
Australia to the biggest size. Now, what do we want to do though? We do need particle beams here to get to the advanced pulsar drive, so let's do this. I really want that one. I know that I'm also pushing the Pegasus, but I just want to make sure that we get one of them unlocked early on to have a better drive for our ships that we need to construct soon. Now with the increase of 25%, we can in fact go up a little bit in mission control. However, we still have the problem that we are lacking here defenses against the servants. I, however, want to make one more station here. It's going to be admin here, and then the point defense arrays, which we are going to remove at some point. Then the 2 layer defense arrays here. One would probably be enough, but who knows. And now we fix the energy here for the moment. I want another social. Solar array social. That's one station I want to do. And another station what I want to put up here. Ooh, there's an alien fleet in fact in orbit. We're going to put one station here in low Mars orbit though. And now we are going to put 2 layer defense arrays here. We're not going to use, of course, solar arrays here because they don't output any energy. Instead, we're going to use the fission reactor arrays here. And then we want shipyards here. Let's start with 2. Yeah, let's do a skunk work here as well. Let's in fact do another layer defense arrays just in case that the aliens do something. There we go. If that station goes up, that would be useful because then we can make marines here and take over more sites from, for example, the servants here to get them under our control. That would be something I want to do relatively soonish. And now I'm going to continue on Earth. I'm going to expand Australia. And when we have CCP, I'm going to break into Malaysia first and then afterwards into Indonesia, which is our path of progression here. Therefore, let's see in a sec where we are. Okay, here we are. The servants are attacking one of our stations, which has point defense arrays. Let's see what happens here if we can actually defend us. That would be ideal. Oh, I think I have double music right now. Interesting. So they have rockets apparently. I don't know if I have point defense actually. I should have, but who knows. Okay, I also have rockets here apparently. And I do have rockets. Do they have point defense though? I didn't see a laser, but apparently yes. Is that all that's happening here? I don't know. How far are they in fact? I don't know. Yeah, let's just... Okay, someone else is shooting rockets now. Ah, we're shooting rockets again. They have lasers and I don't. Woo! That's not cool. Or are these ray guns which are also point defense able? I don't know. Got the feeling that I'm not getting through there at all. Right. Whatever I'm shooting, it doesn't hit at least. No, no, I'm hitting. Woo! I'm dealing damage. Yay! I'm dealing damage. Looks like I'm actually winning. Woo! So it's ray guns in fact, which I have on here. They don't deal a lot of damage, that's the problem. Because I don't have them for these kind of fights, I have them to overwhelm alien PDC. Well, at least that's working. Yay! That's the servant fleet, I guess. So at least I have a little bit more peace in my mind now here. No cost. Wow. No salvage. Brilliant. Well, meanwhile, we took out the Port Moresby here. And we are continuing here. We are already at war with New Zealand. And we are going to, of course, invade this one next. Our armies here, however, are a little bit damaged. So I'm going to wait this out. In fact, only... There's only one army which is damaged, so let's move all of them here. Meanwhile, I'm also already attacking into the Melanesian states here, and the next one I need to declare war on other Polynesian states. And then the Australia project already is done, which is of course the most important thing here. So let's just continue. Greater United North America has been finished, which is going to be our annexation of Mexico. Now, we are not going to do this immediately because I want to finish up the Australian stuff first, and then I can recall my armies to go after Mexico. The big question is now, what do we want to research? We still lack control points for taking over Malay and Indonesia. However, that might change because Mexico is worth 60 or something. So we will probably go down by like 30 or 40 in total. So maybe it's worth doing one more management research here. We also unlocked Mashkirovka here, which is also giving us 25% MCUs again. So in case that we can pull off our new nations here now, stations, not nations, that would also be very helpful. Of course, we are down to 3 stations in fact on Earth. And although they are finished now, so we can rework them. Yeah, that's something I'm going to do now, and I'm also going to start up 2 ships here, because we do have the shipyard now. So, we are going with 2 missile monitors here. Right. Yes. 2 missile monitors for starters. And afterwards we do want to design a better ship with a better drive with the new rail guns. And that's the... And of course now I'm going to rework these stations here. And yeah, let me just finish Australia up and then we attack Mexico and make a cut for this episode. Well, here we are. We are going to declare war on Mexico here. Yeah, China can join. Republic of Southern Cross can also join. Doesn't really matter. But our armies are still somewhere. I'm not sure where. They're arriving. Not right now. Okay. So in this case, let's use the other 3 armies that we currently have left here. I hope that's enough. Because Mexico, of course, is well defended. And yeah, New Zealand is basically finished. There's only the Melanesian states here which are only getting attacked by one of the Australian armies currently. Japan is coming to help. Ooh, I hope they don't take it from me because it's only 54%. Well, let's see what happens here. And yeah, meanwhile we have to in fact fix our public opinion here in the USA because someone was pushing hard.
I will help them.
And of course we are going to fix that. Now integrating the 137 million people will be massive. And okay, the Chinese armies have returned. Perfect.
Truly, I would love to.
Oh, space assault is done. Okay, so we can pick a new technology here. Mars driver would be interesting. Let's get the space medicine done. We need that at some point anyway for all the other things we want to do. Okay, let's move them as well in here.
Public sentiment
support.
is increasingly with us.
Yeah, permanent please.
We've moved the needle.
Going to need to fix a lot
People
of
will come
public
to our
opinion
side.
even after we merged Mexico, in fact. European Union joined, interesting. Such loyal allies. Okay, and now we are in Mexico. Hi, Europe is coming, okay. Azerbaijan has a nuke as well. I don't like this. Meanwhile, Mexico, in fact, was able to almost finish all mission control as we wanted it, although one just got destroyed in the battle apparently, which is annoying, but that's something that can happen. That's the cost of taking out everything with an army. Now I think that's enough for the moment, so let's switch you to Malaysia here. Because Malaysia is going to be the next one on the chopping block here. In fact, you should fix this one. Yes.
We'll tend down the heat.
And
Your orders.
Sheena, you can also
I'm
do
here.
here. Oh. Okay, you are not good enough.
Where to?
So Suhaya has to do it. Yeah.
I will try to sway the public.
Malaysia will be the next for crackdowns and purchase to progress
Offering
our
assistance.
goals here. We do have a little bit of points left right now, so Malaysia and maybe even Indonesia are going to fit in. It would be perfect. Okay, Republic of Southern Cross took control of it. Perfect. Now we got everything except Nomia, which is in the European Union, and the Biak, which is here in Indonesia, the Makassar, and then Pasar here. So that's fine. But this allows us to federate with Indonesia, and then from there we can unify when all the other projects are done. So Republic of the Southern Cross here right now is done. We're going to finish the mission control here, which is a little bit, and then this is going into funding and whatever we want to do. So now over to Mexico and wrap up this episode. Everyone has arrived here. 6 armies are beating down on Mexico
Order
City.
is returning.
Repeat.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Repeat.
We've moved the needle.
Repeat. Now it's going to be interesting here. Priority wise, we are at 17.55 currently. Or 5.6, whatever. Yeah, 5.6 apparently. So many wars currently. Turkey also joined. Interesting. I really want to know how well we are off afterwards. Oh, new fleet has arrived. Yeah, all the station stuff that I'm going to do when this episode is wrapped up, and then I can use the time in between to do exactly what I need to do there and think about what stations I want, because I do think we have the leverage now to put up more stations.
What we're doing is dangerous.
Space medicine also done. Let's do arrival psychology here because we need that at some point as well. And come on, let's finish up Mexico here. They are taking out stations again. We're taking heavy damage here, but it's fine.
Violence is abating.
That should be enough.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Repeat.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people
Repeat.
will come to our side.
Come on. 94. Japan is asking the person not decline, please. Don't need to be at war there. And there we are. We took over Mexico here. And now we are up to... Oh, 1739. Okay, so it went down, in fact? Is that correct? Interesting. Did update? No. Okay, so interestingly, the core economic region here and the resource region in Tijuana and Monterrey didn't change the GDP or economic priority here. In fact, it got a little bit worse. So maybe it's really the impact of the education which is a difference here. However, we are massively up in science now. Of course, we got a lot of population here. And... oh, Poland has a nuke. Interesting. Now the question is, how do we want to continue with the USA here now? We're down to 2.4. We could... and we don't need mission control right now. We do have a lot of it. So we could trim down a bit here. Knowledge is at 9.6, so we could go up to 10 again, relatively easy. But we could also invest a bit more into economy here right now to get inequality down again. Our unrest is not rising, it's in fact going down to 0 again. That's nice. Our cohesion is relatively high, in fact, but the rest value is at 3.8. So that's lower than 5, in fact. And the biggest impact is inequality. So definitely we want to do something like this and just push welfare and knowledge here to boost our numbers up and get the cohesion back to 5 as fast as possible, more or less. And therefore get the inequality down because we got plus 0.5. Yeah, that's a lot. And pushing a little bit of GDP will also not hurt here because of all the population we integrated. Now the next big question, of course, is how do we annex all the remainders here of the United North American States here. But as you can see here, this is like another 100 million we maybe can integrate with a lot of effort. And all of them are ecologically vulnerable. So we are not in a hurry to actually integrate them. Also, the value we get from them is questionable at best. So I do think I don't want to spend time on this and influence on that. Instead, I want to focus on Indonesia and everything. Because we would need to break a lot of alliances here. So most of them are allied with Britain or Turkey, Eurasia, and so on. This would be annoying to do. Some of them are not allied, so we could consider slowly. But we are not in a hurry here. So we are just going to continue. Our GDP is nice. America is really nice now. 500 million people, very rich population, and therefore really having a good output. And now our priority should switch to Southeast Asia. Australia's done, so now we have to take over Malaysia and Indonesia, get them to full strength, and then we can do the Pan-Asian Combine and federate everything into each other. So basically, Indonesia unites with the Republic of the Southern Cross, Malaysia unites with Indonesia, and then the Pan-Asian Combine unites with Malaysia. And everything here in between we can just annex militarily, would be easier. And then the big questions are still like, how do we break Taiwan and Japan and South Korea, because they are relatively rich and in servant or academy hand or protectorate hand, and they partially have nukes. Like Taiwan has 5. For whatever reason they made 5 nukes. I don't know why they are making this. So Taiwan in fact is something we might want to take early on. So maybe that's our next goal in fact. Now on the other hand, I want to get the timers for the federation and the integration going. So we do need the executive here in Indonesia as fast as possible and in Malaysia. And then we have 180 cooldown here on these two, and then like another half a year for federation, and then we can integrate. So that's like 2 years probably. I think I picked already Greater Indonesia and United Malay. Yes, perfect. So after Maskirovka we are going to push these two and get going with that. We are now down to 536. We're going to need 24 here and a bit more than 60 here. 66, 65, 68 plus 24. Yeah, so we do need like 90. We don't have that right now, but this is probably barely possible. And maybe we get lucky with another tech somewhere, which allows us to take over something. That would be awesome. I like getting more points. So maybe there's something we're unlocking soon. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe and see you next time.